A major wildfire is burning through Ōtsuchi town in Iwate Prefecture, Japan, and it is spreading fast. Flames have already jumped from the forest into residential neighborhoods. Buildings have been destroyed, and over 1,000 people have been ordered to flee their homes. What makes this even more alarming, this is not the first time Iwate Prefecture has faced a disaster like this. Just over a year ago, the region was scorched by the largest wildfire Japan had seen in over 50 years, and now it is happening again. On the afternoon of April 22, 2026, two separate fires broke out within the same town, Otsuchi, a small coastal community in Iwate Prefecture in the northeastern region of Japan. The first fire ignited at around 1:50 in the afternoon in the Kozuchi district of Otsuchi. Within minutes, the blaze spread across multiple buildings and pushed into the surrounding woodland. Then, just over 2 hours later, a second fire broke out. This time in the mountainous Kirikiri district, roughly 10 kilometers away from the first. Two fires, same town, same afternoon. Japan's national alert system immediately classified the situation as a large-scale fire emergency. By the time authorities had a preliminary count, approximately 9 hectares or about 22 acres of forested land had burned. At least 5 buildings had been destroyed as the fire moved out of the trees and directly into residential areas. The moment the fires broke out, local authorities moved quickly to get people out. In total, the town advised 1,077 people from 566 households to evacuate from areas near the second fire in the Kirikiri district. Approximately 130 people made their way to emergency evacuation centers. One woman, 61 years old, who evacuated with her family to a local gymnasium, spoke to reporters. She said, "I'm surprised that fires broke out in 2 locations. I'm worried about the condition of my home." That fear of not knowing whether your home is still standing is something hundreds of families in Otsuchi are living with right now. Remarkably, as of the latest reports, there have been no casualties, no injuries confirmed, but the fires are still burning. So why did 2 fires break out in the same small town on the same afternoon? The local weather observatory had already issued a warning that day, specifically flagging dry air conditions and strong winds in the Otsuchi area. This is the critical combination that turns a spark into a disaster. Dry vegetation, low humidity, wind that carries embers ahead of the fire line, and this is not an isolated weather event. Japan's Pacific coastline, including Iwate Prefecture, has been experiencing increasingly dry conditions in recent years. In fact, Japan recorded its hottest year on record in 2024, and the winter months along the Pacific coast have seen dramatically below-average rainfall, creating long dry seasons that leave forests and grasslands primed to burn. Climate analysts have pointed to a specific pattern: heavy snowfall on the Sea of Japan side of the country, but extremely dry conditions on the Pacific coast side, exactly where Otsuchi sits. To understand why this fire is sending shockwaves through Japan, you have to remember what happened just 14 months ago in February and March of 2025. A wildfire broke out near Ōfunato city, just 60 kilometers south of where today's fires are burning. That fire grew to cover nearly 3,000 hectares. It destroyed 171 structures. It killed 1 person. And it forced more than 4,500 people to evacuate. When it was finally extinguished after 12 days, it was confirmed as the largest wildfire Japan had seen in over 50 years. And now Iwate Prefecture is burning again. The same region, the same dangerous conditions. A community that has barely finished recovering from one disaster, now facing another. Authorities are responding at full speed. Local emergency services were on the scene within minutes of the first fire report. The town of Otsuchi has formally requested assistance from the Japan Self-Defense Forces to help battle the flames, the same response that was deployed during the Ōfunato disaster last year. Road closures are in effect around the affected areas, and evacuation centers are open and operational. Residents near both fire zones are being urged, do not wait for official orders. If you are in the area and conditions are worsening, get out early. Otsuchi town is a small community of just around 11,000 people. It sits on Japan's rugged Sanriku coastline, a region already no stranger to disaster. In 2011, Otsuchi lost more than 10% of its entire population to the tsunami that followed the Great East Japan earthquake. And now, 15 years later, the same town is once again fighting for survival, this time against fire. No casualties have been confirmed, and we hope it stays that way. But the story of Ōtsuchi and of Iwate Prefecture more broadly is becoming a warning for what climate change looks like in places the world doesn't always pay attention to. A region that used to be known for cold, wet winters is now facing wildfires. That is a shift that cannot be ignored. We'll continue to track this as it develops. If you want to stay informed on major weather events as they happen, subscribe, because we cover these stories from the ground up. Stay safe.